Guys, welcome back to my little nook on the interwebs. I hope you love it, like it, and want to come back for more. If you are new here, welcome. This is my place to be myself, be weird, be fun, have my moments of greatness and weaknesses because we all have those. But welcome to this lovely little space. I hope you want to come back for more. You'll like see a bunch of videos. This is going to be in correlation with my acne videos. Even though my accutane videos will be getting posted on Sundays, this is going to be posted on a Tuesday because I realize that, you know, some Tuesdays are gonna have to be about more serious things, even though this really isn't serious. It's just skincare. It is your largest organ, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me. But I just thought we should have a little talk. So if you are new here, I am going to be posting monthly videos of my accutane journey, but I did realize that in my first video I didn't tell you why I went on accutane or what brought me to accutane. I just told you I have acne, I'm going on accutane because that's a logical thing. But I just wanted to like let you guys know that this is not the only option. There are things that will work for other people, they just didn't work for me. So this is not dissing on other drugs or other like herbal remedies. It's just those didn't work for me, so now I am here on accutane, not necessarily loving it, but working my best life. So yeah, where do I begin with this? Gosh, probably around like the age of 14, I started getting acne. I didn't think anything of it. Most 14-year-olds have acne, so it's like, don't make a big deal out of it. You'll be fine. Just live your life. It will go away. You grow out of this. And that's kind of what I did. I was blessed. My parents had like enough money to send me to estheticians, send me to get like nicer skincare, which was really great, but it didn't really do all that much for me. Estheticians just kind of like helped control what was going on, but they didn't really make much improvement. Like it just would come back constantly. So probably after like a year or two of that, I was like, I'm tired of this, Mom. And my esthetician recommended me to a dermatologist, which I'm so glad she did. Like, it was what really started putting me on the path for my skin. I was kind of bummed, but like I was also at this age of like, I didn't really know what would be best for my body. So I was like trying everything and nothing. I went from spending like 3 months trying just using like Walmart cleansers like Claricel, which there's nothing wrong with that. I actually liked the feeling of it better than anything else, but it just wasn't working. And then I was on, my esthetician had me on Skin Medica, I can't pronounce it right. And then that didn't work. So then that's when we went to the dermatologist. When I went to the dermatologist, she was like, okay, like I was 15 years old at that point, I think, maybe 16. I don't have the timeline perfect. And she's like, okay, we are going to start you on birth control because this looks like hormonal acne. I was immediately put on the pill and my skin started to look better. It wasn't perfect, but it started to look better. But the only downfall with that was, so I wasn't only on birth control, I was also on minocycline, which is an antibiotic, and Onextin, which is a benzoyl peroxide cream solution. So it really dry out my skin. It would kill all the bacteria, which nothing wrong with that. It worked great for like 3 months. And then I was like, actually I was on it. No, then they took me off the minocycline, kept me on the Onextin, which was benzoyl peroxide again, and my birth control. My skin was okay for a really long time, all the way up until I was 17, and going to go to college. I started college when I was 17 in January, and probably in February of that, I was like, I'm getting miserable migraines every time I take my placebo pills. And so they were like, okay, well, stop taking your placebo pills, just go through it. And I did that for like a month, and it was just still miserable migraines that I would get every time I would switch from a pill pack. And so they're like, it's probably just because there's a slight drop in the hormones every time you restart a pack. At least whatever one I was on. She's like, okay, we should try putting you on an IUD. And so I was put on the Mirena IUD at 17 years old. I am 19 now, but it was in February, and I pretty much immediately started getting bad skin again, which was a bummer. But she's like, it should not be from the IUD. The more that I've researched, though, a lot of people do get worse skin when they get put on an IUD, so like it could be that. But she's like, you're still getting hormones, like it shouldn't be the IUD. So I still have the IUD in for so that you know. But so then we put me back on minocycline, and my skin started to look better. But the problem with minocycline is it is an antibiotic. They don't want to have you on an antibiotic for more than a couple months at a time. And you can't be on it for life. So it's like really never a solution. What it's supposed to do is your body is supposed to become accustomed to not having that bacteria, so it fights it better or something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not a dermatologist. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about other than my experience. So that didn't work. So I switched my dermatologist retired, so I had to go find another dermatologist. That dermatologist put me on 50 milligrams of spironolactane and kept me on the minocycline. We did it for 3 months. It did nothing. 3 months did nothing. So she upped my dose. So I went from 50 to 100. That did nothing. Still nothing. 3 months later, still nothing. Took me off the minocycline because I couldn't be on it any longer. Up my dose again to 125 milligrams. Did nothing. And then from there went up all the way up to 150, which is the max they can put you on for spironolactane, at my weight at least. And I was on that for 3 months. It did nothing. And then that point I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna have bad skin. And she wanted to put me on Accutane, and I was always very fearful of Accutane. It's not, I feel like anything that's changing the composition of your oils, like your skin, like I just didn't want to be on it. So I was like, screw this, I'm gonna try and find my own remedy. So I went and for probably a year got hydrofacials. I was using all natural skincare. The last 6 months before I went on Accutane, I was on Osea Malibu, which is the one that I saw the most improvement on, but it still wasn't anything like spectacular. And so finally I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep fighting this and not going anywhere with it. I was getting so bummed out, so sad. But it was so funny because everyone around me was like, wow, like she's so, like, you're handling this so well, you're not upset, like I thought you just kind of like didn't care what your skin was at. It's like, it was really upsetting to me, but I just put on this face of like, my skin's gonna be my skin. Let this be known, it's not because I wore makeup, because if any of you have ever met me, I have not worn makeup probably since I was 17 years old. And even when I was like younger, I would only wear it to special occasions because I just like, it's too much of a pain for me to put on every day. I was never about it. I was always about being natural. Like, I barely ever brush my hair. I'm brushing my hair while on Accutane because I'm losing a lot of hair, and I don't like losing it in the shower because it's kind of nerve-wracking. But so I did all of that. Where was I? I went to this dermatologist, love her. If you're in Utah, I will put a link to her website below. She's great. Highly recommend her. And I pretty much went in and she was like, we're gonna try Accutane. And by that point, I had been off everything except my IUD for 3 months. And she's like, because of your insurance, you need to be on an antibiotic and a topical for 3 months. So for 3 months, I was on, I feel like it's like Bactrim, and just an acne wash that you can get at Walmart. And I was on that for 3 months. Did absolutely nothing for my skin. So I came back in to do everything to fill out for Isotrosen. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. You have milia. Milia are these little guys that have just appeared on my face after a while. And she's like, they might not go away with Accutane or Isotrosen. She's like, there is a chance that this will clear up all of them, but because of what they are and how deep they are under the skin and kind of what they do, we might have to do laser therapy. But we're going to cross that bridge when we get there, because I don't know how well your skin is going to react to this. And so we did all of that. And she also was like, but so that made me think of like, wow, that's why my skin was so complicated, because I have milia. So what happens with milia is if you scratch, if you exfoliate, they turn into cysts. So that's why I get cysts. I have cysts, I have blackheads, I have whiteheads, whiteheads are like called open comedones, or no, blackheads are open comedones, whiteheads are closed comedones. I have been dealing with this for years, and I wish I could have found a natural way to heal it. I have been on probiotics and just everything to try and like cleanse my body. I'm even vegan, so I'm like really trying to be healthy and like make my body happy. I took sugar out of my diet for 3 months, did nothing. And I was so tired of trying so much stuff that I was like, okay, it's time to go on this. And so far my skin is starting to look better than it has in years. And it makes me so happy, but it also, it's like, I kind of took the cop out, but I'm not upset that I did. Everyone's gonna have different ways to heal their own problems. This one was just mine. I recommend that if you are going on Accutane, look up as much as you can about it, because it isn't just an easy drug. You have to go in every month and get, well, for the first 2 months, and if they up your dose, you have to get blood work done. And after that, if you're a girl, you have to get pregnancy tests. You have to fill out a quiz every time you take it on iPledge. Like, it's just the biggest pain. So just be like very aware that like this isn't just like a normal thing they're putting you on. This is a real hard thing to be on, and you're gonna be on it for as long as your doctor thinks you need to be on it. So that was my story with Accutane. That is kind of like what brought me to it. I don't want anyone to be discouraged by this. Like, if you want to be on Accutane because your skin is just irritating you, like, talk to a dermatologist. I recommend, like, if you are having bad skin issues, go see a dermatologist. Like, either that or just, I was told like naturopaths are really great too, but like, make an appointment with a dermatologist, go speak to a professional, let them give you their professional opinion on your skin, because we don't know all that much about it. We didn't spend all those years in medical school learning about skin. And don't get me wrong, estheticians are great, but they didn't really learn either. Like, I spent years of having estheticians exfoliate my face, and that probably just made my skin worse. So that's kind of what it is. It's just kind of like, do what you want to do for yourself, but also realize that seeking out a medical professional is going to help. They're going to be able to give you a professional opinion. Whether you want to follow that opinion is a whole different story. You can do what I did and spend years trying to battle it without them. But if you're having bad skin, I recommend go see a medical professional. They'll help you out. They'll let you know what they think you should be doing, and you can choose from there. But at least at that point, you have all of the options and information that you can have about your skin type. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this gave you a little bit more information on what brought me to Accutane and what I think about it, or just skincare in general. I will link some of the stuff that I use below, and by no means am I sponsored by any of these companies. I will put that Osea brand in there because they're just great. I love them. If you want natural skincare, it is more expensive, so it's like if you're willing to pay for that, their stuff is amazing. My skin started to look better on it. I just couldn't keep affording that. And I bet if I did it for longer and I kept with my natural, like, healthy gut, I probably could have maybe cleared it by myself, but I was just so tired of it. So I'll put them below. I will link what I'm using for Accutane currently right now as like my lifesavers below as well. I hope you guys will want to come back. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. If you want to see more from me, please hit the subscribe button. I will be posting Accutane journey updates Sundays once a month, and then my weekly videos will be coming out on Tuesdays. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. So I will see you all next time. Other than that, bye guys.